So just recently, Fortnights Developer Epic Games received a $2 billion investment into their creation of a metaverse from the likes of Sony and also LEGO's parent company, Kirkby. So we're going to get into the news about that today and also some of my thoughts and opinions just on the metaverse in general. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So yeah, a $2 billion investment in the metaverse. That is huge. It's nice to see that Epic Games are actually the ones that have received this investment. I feel like they are centered quite well towards creating a metaverse that people will enjoy. I mean, they've done so well with games in the past, and they also have a game engine that can help them create that sort of thing as well. I think it will definitely put some eyes on the topic of metaverse that previously might not have been interested. The reason that I personally like the fact that Epic Games are the ones developing this is just the fact that they created one of the most popular games ever. They created Fortnite, and I mean, you guys will know just from news articles and people talking about it in general, just how big Fortnite actually was. You had so much content creation around there, and it was just on the top of its game for quite a long time, and it's starting to sort of come back into every creator's sort of video rotation as well now, and we'll talk a little bit about that later on. It seems that the main aim of Epic Games' metaverse is to sort of include children in this and to provide like a safe environment for them to explore that side of gaming and that side of entertainment as well. That's the reason why I think Epic Games are going to do so well, is because of the fact that they've created Fortnite, which was perfect for kids to play. Fortnite included children's favorite artists, characters. They held concerts where kids can go and watch in a safe environment. It was just perfect, it seemed. So I feel like if they just created a metaverse version of Fortnite in a way, it could do really well. In terms of the investment, you had a $1 billion investment from Sony, and then you had a $1 billion investment from LEGO's parent company, Kirkby. These investments are actually followed by a previous one, which I talked about in a previous video, which was Sony's $200 million investment just a couple of months ago. It really wasn't even that long ago, so they're investing even more into Epic Games. In terms of the leadership for these companies as well, they all seem to have a similar goal in mind, which is just to create a safe place for sort of children to explore these metaverses. According to the PC Gamer article that I'd found, Tim Sweeny said that this investment will accelerate our work to build the metaverse and create spaces where players can have fun with friends, brands can build creative and immersive experiences, and creators can build a community and thrive. So it's really trying to include everyone as part of this metaverse. In previous interviews, Tim Sweeney's sort of described the metaverse as a place where people can play games like Fortnite, and then they can instantly switch to watching their favorite TV shows or films through the likes of something like Netflix. So it just means that they really want to include everything that you really do in your day-to-day life all in one place. I think Epic Games is probably one of the biggest companies so far to have one of their biggest priorities being the safety of children, and I think this is good because there's been quite a few bad stories in the past where children that sort of are exploring the metaverses now are sort of running into some quite bad experiences in there. There was an article that got released saying that a PG-13 rated metaverse had someone building strip clubs in there, and obviously that's not something you really want to see. So having something that's a little bit more regulated, so children can enjoy it without their parents having to worry about what's going to be in there, is definitely something I think that people will look forward to. In terms of the actual visuals for what the metaverse will look like from Epic Games, there's not really anything out there. There's no photos or anything that you can look at the moment. I'm hoping they'll bring something like that out in the near future. I imagine it'll look pretty similar to how Fortnite looks, with a slight cartoon look to it, but it is just a complete wild guess from me. I've no real idea of what it's going to look like. But I suppose you've also got Epic Games' new Unreal Engine 5 that's released as well. So anyone can essentially create the assets that maybe will get used one day for that. They really do have all the tools available for them to use to build the perfect metaverse. A lot of these large companies like Epic Games and even Meta as well sort of see this as the next $1 trillion marketplace. And with the visions and ideas that some of these companies have, I can see why. A lot of companies want to bridge that gap between sort of the virtual space and the reality space, and they want to combine both through the likes of maybe haptic feedback gloves, like I mentioned before, or VR headsets, or AR glasses, just that sort of tech they want to sort of include in all this sort of stuff. I can see why people would be against sort of having those things combined, just because you never really can escape then. You've always got access to it, whether it's from your phone or your AR glasses, if that becomes a thing. So there's no real time to sort of wind down and just chill out a little bit. So I could definitely see that becoming a problem. But at the same time, I could also see the benefits of it, of just being always available to see things and experience new and exciting things as well. I suppose that would more come down to sort of self-control and making sure that you personally make sure that you take the time off that you need. But I don't know, maybe there'll be some kind of locks or something you can put on in the future to stop you from spending so much time in. I think that news like this is good for the sort of relationship between crypto/metaverse and gamers as well. You've seen companies that have tried to sort of slowly include this sort of stuff in the past, from companies like Ubisoft wanting to incorporate NFTs into the future games. They quickly had a lot of issues with gamers saying that they don't want that sort of thing and they want to keep away from anything that involves crypto, and it kind of put more companies off wanting to incorporate that side of things into their own games. But now that you've got a company as big as Epic Games having such huge investments from companies like Sony as well, I feel like it might change the narrative a little bit more. I think what gamers are waiting for is a company to actually do it right at the end of the day. People don't want their own games to become, pay to win or anything like that, and there's not really been any companies that have really nailed that aspect of it yet. So yeah, it's some huge news, and I'm excited to see what they actually build with the amount of money that they've just received. In terms of the success they've had with their other games, I was on about Fortnite before. It's made a huge comeback recently. They added a no build mode into the game, and I feel like the issues that Fortnite had before was the skill gap between people that could build and couldn't build was really starting to affect people. Like, you get into any gunfight, and if someone's good at building, they can really protect themselves, and it can make for really tedious fights. And I think that put a lot of people off, and content creators as well. And now that they've brought this no build into it, it's purely down to gunplay and sort of movement. And yeah, I feel like it's really brought the player base back. I mean, Tim Sweeny, the CEO of Epic Games, was saying that he really wants to build a player base that has over 1 billion users on the platform. And I feel like that's quite a high number to go for, but when you really do make the right decisions with games that have been popular in the past, like Fortnite, and yeah, you can just see the comeback that Fortnite has made with content creation. You've got so many content creators from the likes of Nick Merckx, Ninja, Nicky H30, just so many of these creators that are coming back and sort of collaborating now as well. You've got the huge tournaments that are going on. Like, there's just so much that they're actually doing now. So if they can continue to do that sort of stuff and continue to grow Fortnite by just listening to the players, then I feel like they could achieve that goal. And if they somehow in the future incorporate NFTs or the metaverse into Fortnite as well, then yeah, they've got a very good user base and platform to actually introduce that to people. I'm excited to see where it goes. I mean, personally, I've got back into Fortnite. I think I stopped at Season 2 when the skill gap for me building was getting a little bit out of hand. I hated the building aspect of it. And then now they've brought no build back. It's the only game I've really been playing. I've been watching other players stream this more often as well, and I've also streamed it myself. That's like the only game I've streamed since they brought this mode out. So it's, yeah, I feel like a lot of people are in the same sort of boat as me. That's going to be everything for this video. I sort of wanted to use this video, an article, as like a bit of a thoughts and opinions type of video for you guys to watch. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then leave a like, comment, subscribe, notification bell. Everything else is in the description. I do want to cover some more news articles like this in the future, and I might turn it into more of a discussion as well with some other people, so we can have like almost like a podcast style setting where we can talk about, an article for 20 to 30 minutes and sort of give thoughts and opinions and really discuss it rather than it just being me talking. But yeah, let me know what you think to that. I hope you're enjoying all the shorts that are coming out recently. I plan on making many more, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's going to be everything. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.